name is Desiree Gassis, and if you know me, if you've seen this face before, that means you have definitely tuned into one of Ohole So Nice speed dating shows. So today, Reggie is going to be having a new day. So her name is Innocent. That's a bit interesting for me. But before we dive into all of that, let's stay tuned for his intro.
Hey there, I'm Reggie Films, and I'm on Ohole So Nice Season 2, and let's see if I find a match. I'm 27 years old, I'm a videographer, an entrepreneur, and then by qualification, I'm an architectural technologist. So in case, things go bad in my video career, I've always got that backup. The only other backup I'm looking for is you. That's why I'm on Ohole So Nice. The type of girl I'm looking for needs to be confident, cute, interesting, and most of all, not the jealous type. Because in my industry, I meet a lot of women, and I'm constantly out of the house, barely at home, in and out of the country, in and out of town. So if you're thinking that type of girl which can handle a very busy man, do send your DMs through. Let's see. If you like what you see, let's see, and hopefully you're picked for a blind date with me. But other than that, I'm a sweet guy. I love going on long walks on the beach, taking life simple, as complicated as it seems now. I'm really a simple guy, straight from the farm. I know how to make your herrero bread, and I cook you some pap. That's what I do. So if you're into that, hit me up, send a DM, let's see where it goes.
So guys, I don't know about you guys, but I think that this date is going to be slightly different from Reggie's first date, and that really excites me because that means that we're bringing in this and we're bringing in that, and all of that just speaks a lot of drama and interesting things to me. So stay tuned for Reggie's second date with Innocent.
My name's Innocent and I'm on Ohole So Nice. And I'm so excited to be on this show because it's really like a new experience for me. I've never been on anything like this. Though basically what you see on TV. I'm here. I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for getting to know Reggie. He seems like a really cool vibes, like just so chilled. Seems like the kind of person that I can get along with. So yeah. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Reggie.
Innocent.
Innocent. I'm still caught up on the name, but from the energy I'm getting from her, she seems like a very bubbly person. A lot better than my first date. Innocent. Yo, you guys keep bringing very interesting people here. Innocent, that's like legit your name.
Yes, on my...
Does your name match your personality?
To a certain extent, I would say yes, but then if you get to know me a bit more, then no.
I hope so. I mean, it can't be too innocent in this life.
No, definitely not.
I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I am a bit very much high, and by high, I'm talking about high through medication. Right now, because of medication.
Yeah, definitely smoke something other than taking just medication.
So, yeah, if I say some funny things today,
no worries, no worries.
Forgive me, please.
I love
forgive
the jokes, just crack them up.
Oh man, I'm not even going to be trying today, like honestly. It's just going to be rolling by 24/7. But other than that, innocent, until proven guilty for anything. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find what you're proven guilty for, somewhere, somehow. I mean, tell me something a little bit more about yourself.
Wow. I would say like I'm kind of like just the mysterious vibes. You think you would know me, but you just don't. When
Mysterious.
You think, yeah, I would say mysterious vibes. Not in like the gothic kind of way. Not at all.
Innocent is kind of giving me vibes that she's very kinky. And, you know, let's just see if I find that out.
Not that way. I just really think that I'm the type of person that once you get to know me, like, you'll be like, oh, I didn't think she was like this, you know?
I mean, you look very innocent, like very innocent, very prim. Like,
Thank you. Think that's a compliment?
Yeah, you know, skin glowing, everything's looking good. But like, I just sense like there's something behind there somewhere. You know, that's why I said you're innocent until I prove you guilty. Somewhere along that line, we will find out. And then what is it besides like life itself? What is it that you do? Who are you?
I'm a student.
You're a student. Studying what?
English.
English? I mean, no disrespect to anybody studying English, but I just did not know you could actually just study English as like a field to study in. That's very interesting because like it's English. We all know English, right? We all know English somehow, some way. Yeah.
Not education, please.
But like you're studying English
As a language.
to teach it, right?
Well, you can go with various directions, but teaching is an option for me.
Wait, but you're studying English to speak English? You already speak English. I mean, I can hear you.
I just feel that the comment that he made of to do what, just again, every time everyone would always tell me like, oh, English, I'll be like, so narrow-minded. So the first thing that you think about when English is a language, you think it's just teaching other than the diversity that English offers as a language. Like for instance, the show, media, English, so related. Well, there's a lot of depth to English if you actually think about it as a language.
Okay, tell me a word I've never heard about before right now.
Like what? Syntax?
Syntax.
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 Try spelling it.
SYNTEX.
Wrong.
What is it?
Well, you're kind of right.
Almost. It's an AX, right?
Yeah.
AX. Come on.
Yeah. Actually, just thought about it because I had a 7:30 class about Lexus and basic grammar, so just thought about syntax.
That's very... I never knew people could just study English just for the sake of studying
the
it. Yeah. Because like I'm pretty sure you sound like you grew up with English.
No, I speak Afrikaans at home, so.
Jy praat Afrikaans.
Yes,
And
definitely.
Afrikaans is buitekant die window. Yeah. Never ask me to speak Afrikaans because that's where I'll start embarrassing myself. That's one language I really cannot speak to save my life. But yeah, let's get back to any hobbies that you do.
I love reading, I play hockey, I love baking.
But one uncle told me to never trust a hockey player, a female hockey player, due to the fact that they're playing on the field and off the field all the time.
I'm going for walks, it's kind of a hobby, but then like I love looking at like the scenery, like yeah, just the environmental kind of stuff, you know.
Man, you got a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Really do. And like besides going for hikes, I would say, is it hiking or basically, since you like nature, besides going for hikes, what is it that you like to do? Like, I mean, hiking of course can be a hobby, but nobody's hiking for 24 hours throughout the whole day.
I just feel that Reggie is someone he would be a partner that's not a listener, because he did ask me what are my hobbies, and I listed that I love baking, I love reading, and going for hikes and whatnot, just the whole nature vibes. And after that, he commented asking me like, okay, other than that, what do you do? So why should I have to explain myself again and say, oh no, again, I like baking, which is a hobby. I like playing hockey, which is a hobby. So why didn't you just listen and then furthermore comment on that? And then other than having to ask me a question of like, what are your hobbies again? So it just kind of seemed like selective listener, definitely, and probably like an impatient person, probably just very like on the go, just so rush vibes, busy, you know. Yeah.
At all.
I love reading. Reading is nice.
Oh, I hate reading. I know I said I hate reading, but the only book I read is the Bible. No other book. except the Bible. I
It's
hate.
the best.
No, like reading puts me to sleep. You know, I can't even remember.
You read boring books then?
Not even. Like, I haven't finished the textbook in my life.
Well,
Not even
that's
a
a
high
textbook.
school textbook, like a high school textbook. I've never finished the book.
I mentioned reading, and the first thing he thinks about is, I can definitely tell Reggie hates school, or he hated school, or whatsoever. Because why would you mention textbooks? Other than, there are novels, there are biographies, there's so many other books that you could have mentioned, and then the first thing you mention is a school book. I also hate school, but still love reading,
I can remember finishing one book, but hey, I don't know if I can say that name. 50 Shades of what? Of Blue.
Okay.
No, I know. We're just keeping it PG.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
every child knows what 50 Shades of Grey is. It was publicly advertised for everybody to see.
I know, eh? Even watched the movie in the cinema.
Exactly.
That was such a bad
But
idea.
you should definitely check out Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. It's a good one.
Redeeming Love. Is it also in that same vibe?
Yeah.
Hey,
Same vibe, but a bit better, I think.
a bit better.
It's a better version.
Better in what way?
Better in, it's not too sexualized. I feel like 50 Shades was really over.
Yeah, it was
sexualized.
all
They didn't
about
focus
that.
too much on the
It was all about the
relationship.
bamba.
Exactly. You
About
want
the
to chill with
bamba.
the big girls and
Yes.
boys.
As you may or may not have seen, on the table we have cards laid out. Each person gets to pick 3 cards to ask a question to the other person.
This is interesting.
Mm.
What do you think about sex on the first date?
Oh, I thought this was a kids show. Sex on the first date, I mean, it's definitely nothing wrong. I don't see anything bad with it. If you guys are connecting and you guys are vibing, I mean, why wait?
Do you think that if you had to have sex on the first date, that the relationship would be just based on sexual
On sex?
Mhm.
No, definitely not.
And then what are the ways that you can divert from it just being sexually intimate instead of having
you can kind of, it says you can kind of tell if a relationship is just about sex. You can just tell.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just tell.
You get the vibes, it's always those late night calls at 3 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock in the, at night, stuff like that. So it's like, you can kind of tell when someone's intentions are just for that. But as a female, I'd say it's definitely not degrading in any sort of way. It's just like, hey, if you guys are vibing with each other and it's the first date, there really isn't a reason to be waiting.
Yeah, I really just feel like we're really just too grown. We can have the conversation of, hey, are we smashing or passing?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You shouldn't talk about it. Also, on the first date, yes, you're
Obviously
not going
on
to
the
be
first-
talking about it. It just needs to happen. If it happens naturally, it's beautiful. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this one. What would you say is your first impression of me?
So laid back. But even the intro video just seemed so laid back, carefree,
Yeah, if I have to think of first impressions over here that I think of you, very, how do I say, first impressions would be you come from a very well-structured background. Everything has to go with a plan in your head. You kind of give up those vibes like, there's only plan A. And if plan A is not going for it, man, you're not going to do anything else.
No.
So
I like to have everything like
together,
together,
Yeah,
but
that's why I said prim.
I like to think of options because plan A doesn't always work. That's why I like that you mentioned.
Do you have options with guys? It's a fair question.
It's a fair question. Well, everybody has options, so why can't I have
How
options?
many? One,
Why do you want to know?
two. No, go ahead. You
Okay,
can
just-
stop me
just-
with
just-
3,
Hmm.
maybe 4.
Let's just keep it maybe at 3 or 4.
3 options right now. So I have to box 3 other guys right now to get your attention.
Well,
That's basically what it
everybody's
is.
dating everyone.
Hey.
How many people do I have to box with you? 5?
Yo, I don't think there's enough hands on the clock for that.
More than 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Like too many options, I see.
Yeah, might as well.
I don't like options. Do you believe in girlfriend allowance? Let's talk about this.
Sure. It's a good question. I think the idea behind it makes sense, but it's also simping at the same time. But it makes sense if this is like, this girl really loves you, this girl really respects you, this girl really takes care of you, you know, and you can notice that. It's not just some chick you met this week and like, you know, you turn her into girlfriend and then within a month from now you're already giving her girlfriend allowance. No, not like that. She got to show you that like she's real and she's the one. So I believe in it. I believe in girlfriend allowance if that person is respectful, loving, caring, and just knowledgeable about where you guys are going in the future, stuff like that. Then by all means, I'll spoil her like crazy.
So if she deserves it.
If she deserves it. And let me just say, not a lot of girls deserve it.
True.
So that's why I'm on the show.
Well, what I think about it is just also the way I grew up, like how you mentioned, I come from a background that's just very, my parents were like married, so I grew up in the homey vibes and love vibes. And I just loved the way that my dad treated my mom. Like it was just absolutely beautiful. And as you should, my dad would always say, as you should, I as the man should be the provider,
exactly.
should be the protector. But like, I can't expect like within a month, hey, put down like this specific standards and like do this and this and this. Everything comes with time, and if I deserve it, then let me be the girl.
So basically you're saying you would accept the blesser.
Of course! Why not? But if he's my mains, you know, if he's like
even the ones with the pundas.
Whoa.
If he has a
I
punda.
have standards also. I have taste.
Uh-huh.
My taste is not the belly vibes.
It's not the belly vibes. It's not there.
No offense to anybody with the bellies.
You might want to rub it. Maybe it feels good. Nobody knows.
My elder brother would always say it's where the money sits, the pot belly.
Okay, let's
Just
keep it there. Let's keep it there. You know, rub it and then a whole genie out of the lamp comes out the belly button. But hey, let's focus. Okay, what do you think each other's body count is? So I need to ask you that. So you can go ahead first. I'll go ahead after you.
I would say I'll give you between 5 to 10 people.
Okay, fair enough. But that's below. But fair enough.
Really?
No, it's fair enough. Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough. It's not too far over that. I'm very chilled. You know, don't worry about it. And if I have to guess you, I'll guess 4. Is that close? Kinda.
Not really.
Up, down, above. Above, okay. What do you think is the average? Because I know the average for men and women, it's 8, the average throughout their whole lifetime. So, yeah.
Do you think that the death penalty should be brought back to Namibia, and why?
Should the death penalty be reintroduced into Namibia's laws? It's a tricky one, tough one, but I'd say definitely for certain instances it should, if it's for stuff such as rape, but like I wouldn't think it should be introduced for stuff such as someone stealing from a convenience store and taking a toothbrush out and running away, because then that would be, you know, a bit intense, like crazy intense. What's your thoughts?
What I think is, I really just disagree with the whole death penalty. So many times the system is wrong. What I feel the system should do in this regard is, rather than have a whole penalty on a specific crime, what people can really do is just put people through psychological treatments and just evaluate. I really just don't believe that anybody can be walking in the street after a specific crime, but the death penalty really is It really is at times. Sometimes the system just gets it wrong at times. And innocent people have really been killed because of things like that. So I just disagree with it entirely. But I do agree with life sentences, and I do agree with people.
But you do know it costs the state more money to keep people alive in prison.
So they would just go off and kill people.
It's cheaper for the state, so it's your tax dollars basically which have been spent.
It's
so
fine.
let's just say you'd need a prison 5 times as bigger, you know, if let's just say 1,000 people were on death row. So death row is life sentences, okay? If those thousands were actually given the death penalty immediately, you would be saving space instead of having that prison has to like kind of increase in size. Because it costs the state money, it costs the government money, and that money could be used. That money could be used to rather help kids, street kids, getting people off the street and stuff like that. That money could be put to better uses, but now we have to spend it on increasing the size of a prison.
But here's the thing, government-wise, there's funding for everything. It's as the government should. There should be a funding for criminals, there should be a funding for pensioners, there should be a funding for, there's an allowance for everything, right?
Yeah.
There's a budget for everything. The budget should be set, these are the amount of people that are in prison right now, this is what's going to happen throughout the year, this is how we're going to tackle it, who's going to die this year, who's going to get released. Nobody is really saying that someone's going to stay for this specific amount of time in prison, but then over a period of time, people are getting released, right? So people are getting released, budgets are getting cut, right? So you really can't put it economically and say, no, the more people, like we have to increase. As the government should, it's their responsibility. They should do it.
I think we agree to disagree on that. Let's just do it like that.
Reggie is definitely, he's just so, I love how comfortable he made me feel. I love how in between he would ask like, oh, like, would you want to go first? Should I comment first? Just very thoughtful partner. Like he's just really genuinely, just authentically like an amazing person, I feel. Chemistry-wise between the two of us, I don't know, cause okay, maybe on my end, I'm not really trying to get into anything right now, so I'm not just feeling vibes, like the whole Valentine's vibes not happening for me at the moment. But it's not that I'm not willing to see where things would go, but I'm also not looking for a relationship. So I feel like on Reggie's part, he would have to be doing the most on his own to try and get my attention, I feel.
I'm definitely digging the second date compared to the first one. She's got a nice bubbly energy about herself. You can just see we're bouncing each other's energies off each other. It's just super, super chilled. Compared to the first one, was very boring and difficult to talk to. This one's definitely a step in the right direction.
Wow, guys, I was definitely right about that part. This date was extremely different from the first date, and that, like I said, excites me to know who else is going to be the next person that wants to be on the speed dating show with Reggie. So if you think that you are a better candidate than the first or the second date of Reggie, then please don't hesitate to slide us a DM, and we'll let you know if you have met all the criteria that require you to be on this show. So that's it from me this week, guys. I will see you guys again next week, same time, same place, and a different date.